Hello, it's me, Pinkink. I am doing yet again another Draw With Me video. You get to see the cover of my banged up sketchbook. How wonderful. And also, my sketchbook is getting thicker and thicker each time I draw in it. Okay, it's not that thick compared to other sketchbooks, but it's thick for me. You might be wondering why I just pulled out this book. Well, you see, long story short, went to the library, gave me this extra book. It's kind of like those cheap ones, so I decided, hey yo, you know what? I'm going to cut it, because it will be kind of going hand in hand with what I want to draw today. And please, for those who are screaming in agony watching me cut this, it's like one of those like cheap books that they like print 1,000 of. Okay, I would never do this to like a more expensive book. Maybe I would, but you know what I mean. Because it's kind of like scrapbooking, even though I've never done that before. Anyways, for those of you who haven't already, make sure to take out a pencil and some paper, or maybe your tablet and a pen. And just draw along with me. Or if you're feeling productive today, maybe even do some chores. Not saying that drawing isn't productive. Oh, and real quick, I will be putting some more of that like, what's it called? Cutout stuff in my sketchbook. It does relate to body parts, so if that makes you uncomfortable, then feel free to watch something else. It's more educational than graphic, so I think it'll be fine. Now to finally get to what I'll be drawing today. I'll be drawing my original characters from my story called The Pop-Ups. I've already made a full-on video about them, so if you haven't watched it already, I highly recommend it. But for those of you who don't really want to just quickly go check, or maybe even forgotten about these characters, which I totally understand, I have way too many characters. It's just a silly little group of friends. The one I'm drawing now, his name is Zeke, and he's a little gremlin, and he's way too hyper for his own good. And then we have the other two characters, which honestly, I didn't draw them that much. I kind of underestimated how much space I had to draw, but I did try to add more of them later. So we have Eddie the zombie. We have a very chill and rather brain-dead character. Sometimes it's kind of hard to read his facial expressions if he's happy or sad, and even when you're talking to him, sometimes he doesn't even acknowledge you, even though he does hear you. He's not trying to do it to be rude though, just sometimes there's so many noises that it's hard for him to comprehend what's going on, so in the process of him hearing everything, he just forgets to answer. Last but not least, in the main characters is Cole, the vampire. Cole is a rather grumpy, irritatable character, but if you catch him on a good day, he's just a very nice character and just very chill. And also I would say is the most logical out of the other two. Now you may be wondering, what does these characters have to do with like the human body? As I stated earlier, one's a zombie and one's a vampire. Zeke is a gremlin, but I kind of just made up that he eats meat, so, yeah. Without going into too much detail, they like to eat that kind of stuff. But they are civil, they're not monsters. If they were to be served that kind of stuff, they will be greatly thankful. But they will do with other kinds of food. So yeah, I didn't want to let that book go to waste because I know I'm not going to use it for literally anything else. So I kind of just made this connection in my head and decided, you know what, let me like draw this out and just slap kind of some of the pages in here. And like, you know what, might as well record it. So once I'm done drawing Zeke, I decide to actually glue on this little paper cutout. I didn't glue it first because I felt like it was gonna get in the way when I was drawing, so I decided to glue it on after I was done. Then I decided to come in with a darker blue pen and kind of just do liner, I guess. Just make it more readable that it is Zeke. Doing this whole sketchbook page was just so much fun. Because with this, I guess, method of like kind of sticking random stuff into your sketchbook, kind of gets rid of this pressure of making your sketchbook like look super clean and finished and just nice, even though adding all this extra stuff does actually make it feel nice and look nice to artists. And also just makes you get more creative with what more can you stick into your sketchbook. Although I do try to stick more flat things because yes, you're still going to draw on it, so you probably don't want to stick a rock in it because then how are you gonna draw? I was also going to try to color some of the, I guess, organs more realistically, but I'm like, yes, that would probably trigger some people, so I just used obnoxiously bright colors. And I thought for sure I was going to give a go at trying to draw some of the body parts, but nah, I just kind of got the ones from the book and just stuck them in there. Also, little random thing, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm trying out some different music. I know it's like if it's not broke, don't fix it. I think that's how it goes. Or if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah, the music was fine before. I just wanted to try something out, like something different, to see if this would be better. So I don't know, I'm just trying it out. It's low-key kind of inspired by Veronica. I don't know, some of the music that she uses, I'm like, oh, I recognize that one. Kind of is this kind of feeling in your brain when you recognize it and you're like, oh yeah. So yeah, shout out to Veronica, by the way. You should 100% go check her out if you haven't already. I wanted to doodle a little mini Zeke just like nomming on the person. That sounds really weird, but it sounded sounded better in my head. I went to color it with a yellow marker and then realized, oh wait, this is an alcohol marker. It's gonna bleed through to the next page. Ooh, you get a little sneak peek on what my sketchbook page looks like. But yeah, it did a little bit, but it's yellow, and I guess my sketchbook is kind of like messy, so it didn't really do anything too horrible. Jax. So then I decided to color the parts of the body that Zeke would eat, which you guys don't need to know that, but I just felt like it and didn't think too much into it. As I was doing that, I realized that the little body, I guess line art in that page didn't have like it. Oh, wait, let me rephrase this. Some parts of the body had meat and some parts had bone, and it wasn't all symmetrical, I guess, to show like all the different parts of the body, and I didn't notice that before. I'm like, anyways, how are you guys doing? If you've been drawing, how's the drawing going so far? Have anything interesting going on in your life? If you'd like to share it, feel free to let me know, or you could keep it to yourself. Just know that I'm glad you chose to spend a little bit of your time watching my video. Anyways, I went back on the hunt to look for some more little pages I wanted to use in my sketchbook, and I wanted to find something more brain related, I guess, for my character Eddie. This was not a brain, but I'm like, oh, this might work for Zeke, even though I drew him like twice already, but whatever. I ended up just cutting out the stuff I recognized and just stuff I felt like Zeke would eat with his little big mouth. And then here I got a cramp and felt like I couldn't breathe. But it's okay, it went away after a while, then I could breathe. I don't think that's normal, but it's okay. And not one of those cramps because I'm a girl. It's a cramp for like, it's different. I don't know. It's weird. I get it on my hip and I feel like I'm dying. But anyways, moving on. I was trying to figure out what to do with all these pieces I just cut out because I didn't think that far ahead. I kind of forgot I only had so much space to put things, and I had to also like draw Eddie and Cole, and I'm like, how am I gonna do this? But eventually I had the idea to draw one of the characters kind of like, how do I explain this? Like, you can see their intestines? That sounds wrong. Art is weird, people. Artists draw what they imagine, and sometimes what you guys imagine is weird, including myself. I decided to draw Eddie because he was a more bigger character, and I felt like that piece of paper took up more space. So yeah, I kind of just drew around it. So then when I felt like I was about ready to like glue it in, I decided to cut it a bit more, and then I decided to glue it in. Sorry, my brain was slowing down when I said that. I also got this cutout of a brain and decided to glue it next to Eddie because he's a zombie. Then I decided to do line art and also try to like match the art style of the person who illustrated the book in the sense of how they did line art. This was really fun to do, and I love the end product with like the whole page in general because it's just super colorful. While recording, I took a break to eat, and then I started recording again, and then I messed up like the placement when I recorded, so now it's more zoomed out for some reason. My bad. Then I went in with an even thicker like line art to make him stand out even more, because I tried to do that at the beginning, but then I ended up just using that thick line art for like everything, so I had to use an even thicker one. Oh my god. So then I just started sticking like the extra little paper cutouts I did everywhere else. Is that how you say that in a sentence? I'm sorry, I'm just feeling super dumb today. I've been replying to comments today, and I keep misspelling things and having to go back. And I don't know, I'm just like, wow, do I not know how to spell words? It also helps that I'm dyslexic. Oh my gosh. I'm not stupid, I'm just dumb. I only had a little bit of extra space to add Cole, and I'm like, oops, I probably should have left some more space, my bad. I didn't really know what pose to draw Cole in, so I kind of just went with the flow and like just saw what happened. See what happened? I don't know. I promise you, my first language is English. I drew Cole with this more annoyed expression as usual, and kind of went over the sketch with a more darker purple color. Then I colored the brain different colors because I was taking this psychology class and they was saying different parts of the brain, but I totally forgot what all the different parts meant and where they were, so haha, I will always find a way to tune out information, which is pretty sad because I think psychology is actually really cool. I can't keep it in my brain for some reason. Then I colored Eddie's insides. Don't take that out of context. Then I drew a little wine glass for Cole to have blood in it. I don't really know why I drew a wine glass. Like, I don't really know if he's the type to drink wine. I don't think he's even tried it before, but I don't know. I feel like he's more civil to drink out of like some sort of cup. I feel like it's funny that I have all these expensive markers and then I just choose to like use the cheap stuff. I don't know why. I just use all the sticky notes and like the highlighters for some reason. Even though those like highlighter Sharpies, I don't think they were cheap, but you know what? Screw it. I decided to do one final doodle of all three of them together, before I kind of added the finishing touches of just adding a bajillion stickers. I was trying to add some stickers that I felt like related to the characters, but I kind of went overboard with the stickers, which, like, no regrets. It was amazingly fun and actually made it look even better in my opinion. I was just trying to fill up most of the empty spaces with stickers to just, like, add more colors. Oh, and if you want to do this yourself, don't be afraid to cover up one of the drawings with a sticker a little bit. Of course, you don't want to cover the whole drawing. You should probably plan ahead for that. But if the sticker covers just a little bit, I would say it's pretty fine. Pretty fine? That sounds like I'm describing one of my characters. Anyways, but we are sadly coming to an end with this video. And I'm honestly surprised how short this video is compared to my other ones. Like, how the heck did I edit a 2-hour video into 10 minutes? But yeah. Oh, and did you guys recognize any of the music? If so, then let me know. If you want to hear the music for yourself, I'll link all the music I put in the video linked in the description. And also, speaking of music, if you guys want to know what kind of music I like, I have a playlist on my channel of just that. From time to time, I play these songs in the car while my siblings are listening, so you know it's most likely PG. And there's no swear words, unless I was too zoned out to the song that I didn't notice. And also, if you're a fan of my story called The Tale of Jesse, you might also be interested in this other music playlist that's music just for that story. More of when I listen to the music, it either makes me think of the story, or I have a specific character from that story in mind when I hear it. So either you're bored or have nothing to do, maybe go give that a listen. And if you ever do, let me know what you think. So yeah, that's pretty much the end of this video. But yeah, until next time, bye-bye. That sounded creepy. I have no idea how I recorded this video and edited it and did a voiceover all in the same day. Although I will have to wait to post it because I have this other video I'm working on. So I could just post that one first, but I just want to post them in order for some reason. So yeah, that's all I have to say. I'm a loaf of bread.